please help out the channel. Hit that subscription button. I'm coming out with tons of videos and you don't want to miss them. Kiss, Shock Me. Alright, special note with this song, if you're trying to play along with the recorded version, they're in an E flat tuning. For our purposes, just to keep it simple, so nobody has to mess around here, we're just going to keep it in a standard E tuning. And for this intro section, we're going to have this D with the A bass note basically, and we'll play it this way. This is actually kind of like the first chord to lick it up too, if you wanted to know. So open A, 4 on the D with the 2G, 3B. Okay, cool sounding chord. And we're just going to take that and come right off to the A. So just 2s on the D, G, B there. Alright, and then just hit an A power chord. And then we'll just do quickly A power chord back to that D/A, back to the A power chord. Alright, and next measure, we're kind of do a little blues riff, the 5 to 6 to 5. So 2, 4, 2 on the D with the open A's. Come over, we'll hit a G power chord, give it a little couple subtle bends. Alright, then we'll shift up now, come up to some D's, D power chords, so 5 A 7s on the D and G, and we'll strum that 3 times, then we'll come down, hit that same chord, but add the 8 on the B for a suspended 4. And then just lift off to make it a full D now with the 7 on the B. Alright, come back, bend that G power chord. Give it a little bend. And you can, at this point, add a quick little open E. Come back and bend it. And then off to the A power chord. For the verse, we're basically just going to hit an open A power chord, carry that for a couple measures, and just do the ending of the intro riff. You know, where we come up to the D, hit the suspended 4 to D, bend the G a couple times, off to the A power chord. Quick little 4 measures for a pre-chorus. We'll do this A power chord to B, hit the B one more time. Quickly 5 to 7 again for the A to B, and then 5 to 7 again. So it's just a really quick back and forth, like 3 times. Alright, and then essentially we just take what we did there, move it to a new spot for the E to F sharp at the 7A with the 9 and D and G, and we come up to 9s and 11s. Pretty much do the same thing there. Right. And after that we just come off, hit a couple of D power chords at the 5, the A. Keep it going. Into the next measure we'll split. We'll do a C power chord at the 3rd fret of the A, down to B at the 2nd fret. For the chorus, come off, hit a couple of open A power chords, then to a G power chord and hold that through the next measure. Okay, and this sounds interesting right there when you hit the G, because the bass is just continually going with this A riff, so it's a little interesting sounding there, but that's all that's really going on, just a couple A power chords to the G, and then we come up, do a D strum power chord here, a couple more. Okay, so just hit it, cut it, a couple more times, hit it again, cut it, and then down to a couple of C power chords at the 3rd fret. All right, and we repeat those 4 measures twice, then we repeat the first 3 measures, so all the way up until the... Alright, but we cap it off the very last time by taking that D power chord, sliding it up to 7s for the E, and just strumming on that E, you know, about 8 times. Alright, and we get a bit of a key shift in the midst of the solo. It's like the second part of the solo there. And basically it's just going to go back and forth between an A and a B power chord here. So like open A, a couple of B's, open A, B, open. And the first time through it, once we hit that final open A, we just cut. All right, like that. Finish the measure. And then essentially we just repeat the same thing, but once we hit that final open A, we just let it ring. And we just go back and forth between those two different dynamics of that progression throughout that second part of the solo.